Medway Street Renewal and adjustments to the Street Renewal program. Moved by Pauline, seconded by Glenn.
So just one question.
Yeah, a question. Yeah. So do you want to come forward?
So
Thank you.
I just want to check if we approve this resolution today, that we haven't finished the North Avon Road consultation, but when that report comes back to us, if we approve this, is there any risk that that project gets delayed even further, given that it's possibly got a request for additional funding as well?
So as part of this project here, what we're doing is we had the opportunity to combine the Medway Street, bringing the curbs in as part of the replacement of the pipe under the land drain, or the installation of a pipe under the land drainage recovery program. As that's going to be a very wide trench, they've got to build a new pavement, so we're taking the opportunity of, because on the land drainage project they've got to do about 9 metres width of pavement, we're bringing the curbs in. So this just provides the opportunity to bring some funding forward from the 18-19 year, and supplement that with some by just shifting the program for North Avon Road out over the 2 years. That was going to happen anyway because of the consultation process. Because of the position we're in with the consultation process now, we didn't envisage being able to construct North Avon or start construction until about March 2017, so it will practically have to roll over 2 years anyway. So this really adjusts the program without any changes to what is currently proposed under North Avon. Whether something comes up through consultation that requires an amendment of that, I can't predict that. We would have to deal with that at the time of the conclusion of consultation.
Right, so in terms of North Avon, it does say slight delay 1 to 2 years, so that's not really correct, is it?
Sorry, that's probably confusing terminology. What we're trying to communicate there is, instead of going from 1 year, it's now going to be over 2 years. Not that there's a delay of 1 to 2 years. It's still going to start in this current financial year, just a bit later than was originally intended, because of the consultation period falling within the election time frame as well.
So and given that project is kind of, what you've done with this one, which is quite good on page 504, is it possible to get that for the North Avon Road project as well, so that we can understand when it comes to the community boards around the different funding sources to meet the design?
We can certainly do that, yes.
Okay.
When it comes back.
I think that would be useful, yeah.
That's great. Good. So we've had it moved and seconded. Pauline?
Just to point out that this is arguably the biggest piece of work, isn't it? These are these great big, massive, they're not really pipes because they're rectangular, they're going right down the street. They're going to take any future flood event, waters straight down there to the Avon. So this is a significant piece of work that, to me, has to be a priority to help protect our people from the flooding. So I'm looking forward to it getting done. Thank you.
Great. Glenn and then Yanni.
Thank you. Yeah, I see, as with what Pauline said, this is the main point of difference over this road. It really is the end part of the Flockton solution there. It's also good when we look at other pieces of work in council today and join them up. So we've just approved before the variation of the lease of the Shirley Tennis Club for 2 extra courts just round the corner in Woodchester Street. So if you look at the good news for the community today, in the hard-hit part of Richmond, it now falls into the new central ward. I think this is a good thing that we're doing, and I'd like to really give thanks to the staff member, I can't remember her name, who worked on this with the residents. It was a pretty sensitive issue. She was excellent, and good board process too, so fabulous we can get this through.
Excellent. Good feedback. Yanni?
Yeah, I think it's actually really good that we've got this report. I guess the wider context is, it's a shame that we haven't been able to do this for other streets that have had their repairs and actually done the full job, but that shouldn't detract from this one having the full job done at the same time. It just obviously makes financial sense and actually gets a better outcome in the long run. I think we do need to be mindful of the fact that we actually should set up a process by which others, like Woodham Road is another one, where we've got major works and no funding for the footpaths and the renewals to be done alongside it. So it would be good to have a process around how those projects can be elevated, so that it actually happens, rather than just be left to the, either to the last minute or for people to complain and then come back later. So I'm really supportive of this. This is actually a very sensible thing to do. It's the right thing to do, and it will be very, I think, financially prudent to do it now rather than do it later. And we should take this approach to a number of other projects on these roading and infrastructure repairs in these eastern suburbs, and possibly others if it's so required. So very supportive of this.
Excellent. Right, I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. If we could